plan of completion of the full screen
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Vinayak Bairagi, welcome you all to this workshop on intellectual property rights and IP management for startups. In today's competitive and innovative-driven economy, intellectual property or IP has become one of the most valuable assets of business capital. For startups in particular, where new ideas, technologies, and creative solutions often from backbone of the enterprise. Safeguarding this important asset is crucial. Proper IP protection not only ensures that your innovations are legally recognized, but also helps in building credibility, attracting investors, creating marketing advantage, and preventing misuse of the business by the competitors. This workshop is designed to introduce you to the fundamentals of IP rights, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets, and design, while also providing insight into effective IP management strategies, tailored especially for the startups. Our goal is to help you understand how to identify, protect your IP to support sustainable growth and long-term success. Today, we are very privileged to be in a company with our guest, Honorable Dr. Vinayak Bairagi, sir, Professor, Department of ENTC, SAISSMSIIT today. We heartily welcome you, sir, for this session. To invoke the blessing of the Amity and mark the auspicious beginning of this event, let us commence the traditional lamp lighting ceremony. I request our chief guest, principal, and all other dignitaries to kindly come forward and light the lamp. Everyone, please come forward. Thank you, everyone. Now, I would like to request my colleague, Professor A.K. Santhi ma'am, to please come forward for the guest introduction. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, madam. It is indeed an honor to introduce our distinguished guest, Dr. Vinayak Bairagi. Dr. Bairagi completed his Master of Engineering in Electronics in 2007 with first rank from Savitribai Phule University. He was awarded a PhD in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering in 2013 by Savitribai Phule University. He also completed MBA in HR from YCMOU, Nashik in 2016. With more than 18 years of teaching and 12 years of research experience, he has contributed immensely to academics and innovation. He has granted for 21 patents and 5 copyrights in the technical field and has published remarkable number of papers, out of which 38 are in the international journals. His research excellence is reflected in the fact that 81 of his papers are indexed in Scopus and 42 papers in SCR. He is also a reviewer for 9 scientific journals, including prestigious ones such as IPRs Transactions, Elsevier, and Springer journals. Dr. Bairagi sir has been invited as session chair for 21 national and international conferences, and also as a research person by 53 colleges for invited talks. His contributions have been well recognized with 6 research grants and several awards. These include the Mani Ratna Best Teacher Award in 2013, the IPR National Level Young Engineer Award in 2014, the RSTE National Level Young Researcher Award in 2015, the
Sir, 1 to 9 I
IPE
passed. 1 to 9.
Memorial Award in 2018, the Pune University Best Innovative Teacher Award in 2021, and the IEEE Pune Section Innovator Researcher Person of the Year Award. He is a member of professional bodies such as IEEE, INENG UK, IEEE India, ISTE, and DMS India. He also served as the chair of IEEE Signal Processing Society Pune chapter
Sir,
from
laptop hai.
2020 to 2021.
7GN.
And he is a member of IEEE Art and Conference Quality Management Committee. Currently, Dr. Bairagi sir is associated with AISSMS Institute of Information Technology Pune as a professor in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department. He is also recognized PhD supervisor as at Savitribai Phule University, currently supervising 7 PhD students.
7G.
Along with his academic achievements, he also an Udemy instructor for course on paper writing and authored 8 books. Notably, he is the author of Research Methodology, a practical scientific approach, published by Taylor and Francis. With such a remarkable journey of dedication, innovation, and excellence, Dr. Bairagi is truly an inspiration for all of us. We are truly honored to have such an eminent personality, academician, and research among us today. On behalf of the entire institution, I extend a very warm welcome to you, Dr. Bairagi. To honor his invaluable contribution, I would like to invite our respected Honorable Principal, Dr. T. H. Chavan on to felicitate our guest with token of love and appreciation on behalf of Sri Siddheshwar College of Engineering, Solar. Thank you very much, sir, for doing the honors. This truly adds grace and value to today's program. May I now like to take the program forward. I would like to hand over the proceeding to Professor Amrita Vinayak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before beginning of today's session, I like to invite our respected principal, Dr. T. S. Sawan sir, for the welcome address and formally introduce the session. So please.
Good afternoon to all. So, for today's workshop on protecting intellectual property rights, IPRs, and IP management for startups, the resource person available for us is Dr. Vinayak Bairagi sir, who is a professor of AI systems IIT, Pune. I head of the department, EC, and IS coordinator of the Vinayak, Dr. Mali Patil madam, then vice president of IIC and head of the first year engineering department, Dr. A.S. Patil sir. Vinayak madam, head of the assistant head of the CST department, all other head of the department, you all faculty members. So, today it gives me immense pleasure to welcome our eminent guest and as a resource person for this workshop. On behalf of our college, I welcome and I express my sincere thanks for accepting our invitation and coming over here for guiding you all the staff members on this IPR workshop. And as all of you know that sir is already member of our IIC committee. So IIC committee or IIC is formed as per the direction or guidelines of the AICT and under the in association with AICT, actually Ministry of Education, Government of India, MOE has formed the IICT in each and every institute. And under this IIC, or aim of the IIC is to explore or to create the innovative and entrepreneurship ecosystem in the campus or in the higher education. And as a one of the activity of this, today we are conducting the workshop on the protecting intellectual property rights and IP management for the startups, so that the students should not expect the jobs through the campus placement or campus recruitment. So there should be some students, those who will start their own startup, own business, so that they can become the entrepreneurship. And this is the main motto or aim of the forming the IIC. And if we start with the teachers faculty, if the faculty come to know what is the R&D, research and development, innovation, entrepreneurship, then and only then that will be opportunity to the or it will reach the students. Because continuously you are along with the students or you are in association with the students and teaching and guiding the student. So that's why we thought that one of the workshops with the help of sir and as sir is also guiding in the IIC. So in today's session, I am very sure that sir will fulfill all the requirement. So session will be there on this topic, and after the session, one last 15 or half an hour will be there. Your whatever queries are there, those queries also will solved by the sir. So with this, not spending more time in this, I will request sir to start the session. Thank you very much.
Please give me number. कॉन्फरेंस पिक्चर
Let us start with the presentation. You must have seen this poster. The coordinator, I have submitted this at your WhatsApp group. At Kapila, the Kala program for IP literacy and awareness of Ministry of Education, MOE, is giving the funding for 100 patents and 20 design per institute per year. And this activity they are running for last 3 years. To me personally, I have received 6 utility patents, support from ministry. Previously, they were giving only the application fee. We'll see in detail what are the different fees required for patent application fee, publication fee, examination fee, express examination fee. Out of that, initially they have given only application fee. In the next phase, they have given application fee and examination fee. And now they are giving the complete fee. And this year, the specialty is that they are also giving support to design patents. We will see what is design patent, what is utility patent, and what are the different types of IPs. So let us start with the lecture IPR. We will be focusing on patents and copyright. But this presentation is created for academic reference purpose only. Next, small cartoon. The person, the client is asking the IP manager that can I patent one copyrighted trademark. So all these terms, copyright, patent, trademark, are associated with IP. IP stands for intellectual property. Intellectual property is something which is created by human mind, okay? And which is having some commercial value. As you can see here, it is a creation of human mind. Okay? But since we want the protection from government, government want us to write it down in some format. Let it be on paper, let it be on CD or some code. Okay? So often it is intangible in the nature, but government wants us to fix your concept in the tangible format, so that they can compare in the case of dispute. WIPO is World Intellectual Property Organization. As the name indicates, This is the world body taking care of IP in each and every country. So they have defined as IP as the creation of mind, invention, literary work, artistic work, symbols, names, images, design, okay, which are used in the forms. So symbol will take the symbol, the logo of college. Okay, we will come to that point later on. So in short, IP is creation of human mind. It is intangible property, but we have to fix in some tangible format, and which gives you some sort of right. All these words are associated with IP, license, invention, in that new form. They have asked the question, how many licenses you have given? Okay? So geographical indication, trade secret, copyright, design, trademark, all these are the terms associated with intellectual property rights. So basically, broadly classifying, there are five types of IPs. Patent, utility patent, we are calling it as, or sometimes we are also calling it as process patent. Trademark, trademark means some logo associated with that trade. Copyright, geographical indication, okay, and industrial design. Geographical indication. So that was a question my wife asked yesterday. What is the famous of Solapur? I immediately answered. Solapur is Sadar. Famous hai. So what is that? That is geographical indication. Yamla Paitani. What is that? Geographical indication. So it is associated with that particular location. Mahabaleshwar province. Okay. So let's start with the copyright. That symbol you might have seen many times. Okay. That is copyright symbol. Copyright is a legal term describing the rights given to the creator for their literary or artistic work. Okay? Now see that what it can cover under copyright. Novels, poems, plays, your UG thesis, UG dissertation, PG dissertation, PhD thesis, or a simple four-line poem. Even that also you can submit to the copyright office for the claim of copyright. Reference work, newspaper, films, picture one, copyrighted. Musical composition, old composition is already there, and some remix DJ person has done some another combination, composition, and even they look. So that is also copyrighted. Okay, there are different forms. Musical composition, there is choreography. A very good example is that, yes, this is a very good example. So in the show of Kapil Sharma, the character Buddhi, there was a dispute between the two many times, and finally that Buddhi decided to leave the show, and she started performing her own individual show because of her talent. And later on, right hand side, the show owner, producer, Nirmati, given the public notice. No, even this character is also protected by copyright. When आपण म्हणतो तो character तुम्ही काय लिहिलेलं असेल त्याच्यात, तो कसा वागतो, तो काय So that is the power of copyright. And then that good thing has to stop the publication of that character. Okay, so that is the power of copyright. So copyright will also cover the painting. आपल्या मुलाने पेंटिंग काढलं छानपैकी तिसरीला मुलगा आहे पाचवीला मुलगा आहे पेंटिंग चांगलं करतो मराठी काम काढतो you can do copyright. You can do copyright of drawings. Your blog diagrams. UG student blog diagram. Okay, if they are not repeated. See, the diagram should not be the common like transmitter, receiver, and communication channel. These are the three blocks in communication system. If that is a common block diagram, you will not be getting the copyright. But something novel you are representing in the form of block diagram, even that you can submit under copyright. And how much is the fee? Only 500 rupees is the government fee for copyright. Photographs. मैं आता था photo even these photographs इधर आपण घेतलेले आपण घेतला photo with your all permission you can submit it for copyright. Okay, and it will be granted for sure. Okay, so we will be getting copyright for all these things. Okay, technical drawing, advertisement, the brochure of the college, the brochure of the builder, one PhD, two PhD, even that brochure can also be copyrighted. Maps, civil maps, computer programs, algorithms. Somebody has a very good innovative novel algorithm. Database. Most of the time, PhD students are creating the database. Okay, and later on, they are just keeping it with them. Finish. After finishing PhD, no use. You can protect it under copyright and then you can distribute it. That is one small story. 3 years back, I visited to Mysore for one of the PhD events. And yeah, we went to Mysore by train and with family. I wrote down the experience in 2 pages in Marathi. Purposefully I am showing this slide. There is no language limitation. Even you can write in your own language. Okay? So the story was Murmure. Okay? So this is a technical drawing. The simple concept of transmitter, receiver, and ENDC people can recognize, that is NDPC. Turbo coding is there, channel coding is there, but the student has represented the same thing in some artistic way. This diagram is copyright. This poster, like our UG student in the final year, they will create the poster of their project and they will represent our college in some another college. Even that poster, you can submit it for copyright. Flowchart, technical drawing, database. Like I had received the grants from university to work on Marathi speech, text to speech conversion. Okay. So the database is not at all available. I had to create my own database. We created a database, we submitted it for copyright, and now yes, we are ready to give that database to anybody else. Those who are working on copyright. My PhD student is working on MIMO classification, Indian MIMO classification. So surprisingly, we come to know that there are 81 varieties of MIMO. So he has collected 2,000 photographs of different classes of men. Here we have submitted that also, that database also for copyright. One of my PASA student, doctorate student, she collected database of EMG, electromyography, of COPD patient from SK hospital. Obviously, along with few permissions of that patient, of that hospital, okay? And she was having 300 database. Even that also we have submitted for copyright. So what is the prerequisite for copyright? The work should be original and you should be in position to fix that work in some tangible format so that later on it can be retried. Is it necessary to register the work to claim for copyright? Answer is no. Copyright comes into existence as soon as the work is created. So that our friend has captured the photographs. Copyright, yes, is there. Photographs can say with the permission of all panel members. Okay? No need to formally register. But the thing is that if you register the copyright to the copyright office, later on, in the case of dispute, copyright office can give the judgment. No, he is the first author. He is the inventor. Okay, he is the creator of that drawing, of that photograph. So, what kind of rights copyright will cover? It will cover bundle of exclusive rights, right of reproduction, right of adoption, like translation, okay, and right of public distribution and public performance. Okay, in many times for movies, we have seen that somebody has written the novel, कादंबरी एकांची असते आणि ती कादंबरी दुसरं कुठे पिक्चर काढतो. So that author has the right on that particular story. Okay? All of these rights are negative in the nature. म्हणजे काय? तो कॉपीराइट घेतले तर 1 करोड मिळणार का? 500 रुपये देत करोड. असं नाही. ठीक आहे? You claim copyright, no issue. You will be getting the certificate, no issue. But it will oppose somebody else to take your work without your permission. Okay? So, it is a right to stop others from copying your work. Okay? तुमचं कौशल केलं ठीक आहे, कॉलेजचं कौशल केलं छान पैकी सरांच्या मार्गदर्शन झाली खूप छान. पण कॉपीराइट केल्यानंतर काय होईल? दुसरा शेजारचा कॉम्पिटिटर कॉलेज आहे, त्यांनी आपलं बघून सगळं कॉपी केलं, डिझाईन केलं. Then we can issue the notice. You have copied our browser. Okay. Very famous story. Harry Potter and that author, J.K. Rowling. And because of that story, okay, she got the royalty of $1 billion. Okay, so it will give you economic right also. Okay. मग आता तुम्ही म्हणत नाही की ते तिकडचे नॉवेल तिकडचे हे सगळं कॉपी. आपलं काय? दिस इज आवर ओन एक्झाम्पल. Okay, Abhijita Gupta received 3 lakhs of royalty at the age of 8, at the age of 7 years, 7 वर्ष असलेल्या मुलीने दुसरी तिसरीत असतील ती मुलगी and she has written some book. That book is published by the publisher. पुस्तक पब्लिश नाही, युजली 10% रॉयल्टी असते. मी पटकन सांगतो, सगळ्यांनी पुस्तकं लिहिली नसतील, सरांची नोंदणी नसते. ठीक आहे, पुस्तक पब्लिश केल्यानंतर publisher will sell that book. Whatever amount is collected, जर 100 रुपयाचं पुस्तक असेल तर त्यातले 10 रुपये त्या ऑथरला मिळतात, रॉयल्टी पर सेल्स. ठीक आहे, usually the international standard is 10%, hardly it is 12%, hardly खूप म्हणजे अगदी. ठीक आहे, ह्यांना 3 लाख मिळाले म्हणजे ह्यांचे पुस्तकाच्या प्रती किती छापल्या गेल्या आणि विकल्या गेल्या, तो क्वेश्चन मार्क. So if the copyright only prevent the exact copies of the work, okay, is there any chance that somebody will modify my work? आमच्या कॉलेजचं प्रोजेक्ट थोडंसं त्यांनी चेंज केलं आणि आम्ही काहीच करू शकलो नाही, असं चालेल का? नाही. So copyright will give you that power also, so that nobody can derive some other work by referring your work. Okay, so that was a famous case in the world of IP. That was a photograph clicked by one photographer, and it was very famous. On calendar, that photograph was displayed. People have taken the photo frame of that photograph. It was so popular that one of the statue maker, he created the statue. एक पुतळा त्यांनी तयार केला, त्या फोटोला रेफरन्स वापरून almost same, you can see that, almost this is same. And then he started earning. Okay, it was there in the court of law, and finally it was decided that it was concluded that this statute is the derivation of the photograph, and a significant amount of royalty has to be paid to the photographer. Okay, so the point I want to stress out is that copyright will also avoid derivatives. थोडंसं काहीतरी चेंज केलं कॉपीराइट आमचं असं होत नाही. How many years I will be getting the copyright? 60 years. In 500 rupees only, more than enough. In some countries, 60 years is counted after the death of that author. So the life of that author, 30, 40, 50 years thereafter, and again 60 years thereafter. So this is the website of copyright, copyright.gov.in. There are names of it, लगेच आपण जाऊन बघूया. Hi, welcome. exercise was. Table has to be given down. No speed नहीं करना. Table नहीं करना. Well, that's the website of operator. Operator.gov.in. Here we can click on e-filing. E-filing you can click. You have to create your own login. It's just as good as creating a Gmail. Okay? And then you can submit your software. If you click on the fee detail, here is an important section like literary work, musical or artistic work, that is your UG thesis, UG dissertation, blog diagram, technical poster, okay, which can be submitted under this section. The fees, the government fees is only 500. This is the checklist they have given. You have to submit these many forms online. And here, at this particular tab, you can check the status of the copyright. So they are giving a diary number to every application. You can write that diary number over here, and you can check the status. Work is applied, work is waiting. Okay, scrutiny, re-scrutiny. See, if you submit the application carefully, correctly, you will be getting the copyright in 3 or 4 months. Finish. But if something is missing, or if copyright officer fails to ask you about additional information, ते प्रॉपर पत्र पाठवणार, मेल करणार, तुम्हाला संधी देणार, 6 महिन्याचा वेळ पण देणार, सगळं करणार, fully official. And even if you submit immediately on the next day of receiving the email, still also that application will be hanging for at least 1 year. म्हणजे काय? application करताना व्यवस्थित करा. While you submit the application, be careful that all the things, all the aspects, like recently for our case, the PhD student of X college at the Kadras area submitted the application. He was there working as a teacher in Y college, but since research center was his name on popular, but any kind of research center चलाता है. Popular professor asked, "Are you an employee? Are you the faculty at that college? Send your iPad." He said, "No, I am the student." Then this will not be allowed. Okay? Then we requested them for change of address. And he submitted his application through previous college, his own college. And now we submitted that in August 24. आता 12 महिने झाले अजून ते अडकलेलं आहे. Okay? So just a simple thing, take the expert guidance, okay, and then only submit the application. 500 रुपये आहेत करून बघू काय होतं, गेली तर 500 रुपये जाते, त्याच्यापेक्षा पुढे काय असा विचार केला तर मग घे तसं होत नसतं. ठीक आहे. At least you should have confidence of at least one granted copyright, then you can guide others. मग तुम्ही असं करा तसं करा. And they also take the hearing of few applications. इथे नावं दाखवत नाही. इथे ते डायरी नंबर्स असतात. This is the diary number. L for literally, CO for copyright. Submitted in 2019. L for literally, A for artistic, A for artistic one. And this is the actual number of the copyright submitted in 2019. This is software. Page number is for software. And see who has submitted this. Okay. So even big companies, they are also submitting their copyrights. And now this application, what we have opened? We have opened the list of hearing. Okay. So there will be proper hearing in front of the copyright officer. Okay. The company will give detailed information about that copyright, and the customer may give the grant of such copyright. Okay. So this is the format of certificate. So you have that government logo of copyright office. Okay. Previously they used to send it by speed post of A3 size poster. खूप छान वाटलं. असं पहिलं पोस्टर आलं 2013 साली. 12 वर्षापूर्वी एकदम छान असतं. वा गव्हर्नमेंटचं काम आहे. आणि कोणाला दाखवायचं कोणाला नको असं झालं. Nowadays they are sending it online. Okay. This is the same copyright certificate of our story. Okay. So that was story Goldman. That came for literally was submitted in 2021, and this is the application. This is the logo of my university. This is the logo of another institute. Your institute is also having one logo. Okay? So that logo signifies the identity of that institute. Like government, they are having their own logo. Okay, IIC, they are having their own logo. IICT, they are also having their own logo. UGC. So trademarks are the distinctive signs used to differentiate between identical product. Okay. We will see the product. Very simple example, our day-to-day life biscuit, Parle-G and Tiger. Okay, we know that Parle-G, that girl symbol is there, that photo is there, that is Parle-G. Tiger, that tiger symbol is there, that is Tiger. Both are biscuit. Okay. So the trademark can be the combination of one or more letters together, or words, or sign, or in number of combination. So IBM prefers trademark combination of the character McDonald, Amul, Asian Trade, IPRs, okay, that's a special kind of category. So the triangular in the nature. Okay. आता ते कोण वापरत नाही ते वाटवे एमएसएम वगैरे ते 2006 च्या आसपास होतं. So see that both the companies H Hyundai and Honda, both the companies they have the starting of their character as H. But see that the person who knows the car can easily distinguish between these two symbols. This H is of Hyundai car, and this H is of Honda. See, although both are H, but the writing style is different. Okay, and the common user can easily identify the Honda writing. Okay. Similarly, the other symbols, we can identify this symbol. I have not written the name below that symbol. So the same example, Parle-G and Tiger, both are brands, logo are different. Okay. Logo for certification mark. Well, this is our own logo for our journal. We have started our own journal 4 years back, college level journal. Okay. So that also we have applied for trademark. So up till now we finished copyright and trademark, introduction to trademark. Now we focus on patent. US Constitution, Article number 1, Section 8 defines the patent as, okay, it is a power given to somebody else to promote the science. See here, they are promoting the science. Okay. See, what is patent? Patent is something that you are disclosing your process. Okay. A method, a chemical formula. Okay. So I have some chemical formula. Okay. Because of which this particular flow will be clean. I have chemical formula which will remove this all this painting. Special chemical formula. And I want protection. Government says, oh, I will give you protection. But you have to give us the complete methodology. Like pharma companies, I will tell you, 85% of the Indian patents are from pharma companies. Government asks them, You know, composition of different liquids which you have used in that particular release data. So what government is giving to them, government is giving to them 20 years of protection. It's a legal concept. So government gives them, that pharma company, a protection of 20 years. The government has taken now this particular formula, secret formula. What is the copy केला? आमची जबाबदारी. We will take action against it. Okay? In turn, what government is doing, government is collecting the data from you. Not only they are collecting the data, they are also publishing that data on their website in the form of journal, which is available to common public, common man. And what is the idea? The idea is to promote the science. म्हणजे ठीक आहे, आयआयटीने काहीतरी चांगलं केलं, त्यांच्या वेबसाईटवर टाकलं, ठीक आहे, आपल्यासारखे जे इतर कॉलेज आहे प्रायव्हेट, त्यांनी बघा काय केले, कसं सिलेबस केला, त्यांनी त्याच्यातून काहीतरी पुढे जावं. The idea is to make the people aware, and the idea is to promote the science. Okay, so my particular liquid is to clean this platform. Okay, so somebody else will read my concept, and he may have another process. Instead of using some other liquid, if I use this liquid, this will be possible. Okay? Right? आयडिया वाचून तुमचं म्हणजे एखाद्याला जर असं वाटलं की त्याच्यामध्ये टर्पेट काही टाकण्याऐवजी एकदम हा शब्द वापरतोय, काही लोकांना माहित असेल ऑब्जेक्ट प्युरिफाईड व्हर्जन असतं टर्पेट टाईप पेंट मध्ये वापरतो, ऑइल पेंट. Rather using turpentine, if I use some another liquid, that will be more cost effective. So that will give rise to the next point. तुमचं प्रोडक्शन बरोबर आम्ही शिकलो. मग काय झालं? 100चं प्रॉडक्ट 20 ला विकायला लागलं. फायदा कोणाचा झाला? गव्हर्नमेंटचा झाला. फायदा आपल्या सध्या कॉमन लोकांचा झाला. का झाला? कारण गव्हर्नमेंटची सिस्टीम कशी केली, आम्ही तुम्हाला प्रोटेक्शन दिलं, त्यांनी नवीन प्रॉडक्ट केलं, त्याला पण प्रोटेक्शन. ठीक आहे, यांनी काय झालं, सायन्स पुढे. फर्स्ट टाइम टू प्रमोट द प्रोग्रेस ऑफ द सायन्स, टू प्रमोट द प्रोग्रेस ऑफ द सायन्स. आपल्याला काय करायचं, सायन्स पुढे. अदरवाइज आपण सांगतात की आमच्याकडे सोन्याचा धूर निघत होता, कुठली वनस्पती झाड सोनं निघत. आज 1,50,000 भाव एका लागला. आम्ही ती टेक्निक केली कुठं, कुठली वनस्पती होती आणि काय केली मलाच माहिती नाही. आम्ही शेती करतो, त्याची शेतीच करून आहे लावा चला. सो दॅट नॉलेज IPRs इंट्रोड्यूस करण्याचा जो काही गव्हर्नमेंटचा अट्टास आहे, प्रयत्न आहे, इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टीम IPRs. आवर ट्रॅडिशनल नॉलेज ते संपलं का संपलं, मी तेव्हा सांगितलं, त्यांनी मला सांगितलं संपलं. मी पण गेलो ते पण नॉलेज. पेटंट काय करतंय, व्हॉट पेटंट इज डुइंग, दे आर गिव्हिंग द प्रोटेक्शन only for limited time, 20 years. 20 वर्षानंतर my competitor can use my formula exactly as it is. मग त्याचे जेनेरिक मेडिसिन ते काय आहे, जेनेरिक मेडिसिन काय आहे, Generic medicines are the medicines for which the IP, intellectual property of that company, has finished. तुम्ही 20 वर्षात काय कमवायचं कमवा. आता फॉर्म्युला पब्लिक आणि वापर. So that is generic medicine. स्वस्त मिळतात, अर्ध्या किमतीत मिळतात. The only loophole is that the patent where it is being granted in that particular country, only in that particular country it is effective. The only loophole is that the patent is granted by the government. मग आमचं गव्हर्नमेंट म्हणतं की आम्ही आमच्या गव्हर्नमेंटची जिम्मेदारी घेतो. आम्हाला दुसऱ्याचे बरोबर. So patent will be effective in only that country where it is being granted. मग तुम्हाला जर सिंगापूरमध्ये प्रोटेक्शन पाहिजे असेल, you will have to submit the application to Singapore government. They will do their own examination. Indian government has granted your patent. Does not mean that Singapore government will also grant. No. They have their own experts. US, they have their own experts. European Union, they have their own experts. Okay? They will do the examination. And then they will decide whether to give grant to your patent in their country or not. If granted, you will be having protection, not otherwise. Okay? So see the situation. I have submitted the patent in India. Indian government has given me the protection. See that I have not applied to another country, but a person from another country can read my document very well on Government of India website, Patent Office website, and he can reproduce the concept in his own country. He will not be getting the patent, but he can easily use that product. He can easily sell that product. He can easily manufacture that product, and I cannot stop him by making, creating, selling, and using the product. Okay? So this is one certificate. In 2019, we submitted in 2019, guaranteed 2030, for 5 years. So for patent, it gives you exclusive right to the inventor by the country for a fixed period of the time, usually 20 years, in the exchange of your consent, which has to be novel, which has some inventive state, and it should be capable of industrial application. This is patented technology. Even this box, okay, the shape of the box is patented. And the pharma medicine, they are also patented. Even SMS technology, that was also patented. Voting machine is patented by this particular patent application number. Fingerprint scanner machine. Okay, which is there in your mobile. त्याचं पेटंट पुण्यातल्या एका व्यक्तीकडे. पोर्टेबल वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट सिस्टीम पुण्यातल्या एका प्रायव्हेट कॉलेजच्या युजीच्या विद्यार्थ्यांचं पेटंट आहे. पोर्टेबल वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट सिस्टीम. And these are other few examples of patent. Very basic example of stapler machine I will give you. Stapler machine is already there. Now what this particular person did is that he has just painted last 5 pins with some color red. And now he is claiming that I have a stapler machine, but it is intelligent. How? It is giving color. Okay? That the number of pins are about to finish. आणि ह्याच्यावर पेटंट ग्रँट झालं नाही. यातनं मला काय सांगायचं सिस्टीम इज ऑलरेडी देअर. स्मॉल स्टेप they have added in that existing system. आणि त्याचा सुद्धा त्याला पेटंट झालं. ओके, सो वन शुड नॉट वरी. स्टेपलर मशीन ऑलरेडी आहे आणि what should I do? No, some inventive step has to be there. ते ऑलमोस्ट सगळ्या घरी असेलच. ओके, इवन दॅट इज ऑल्सो पेटेंटेड टेक्नॉलॉजी. ऑर्थोपेडिक मास्टर कटर मशीन पुण्यातल्या दुसरी IPRs इस्टेट एरियामध्ये एका कंपनीमध्ये बघितले, मी स्वतः जाऊन बघितलं. इट विल कट ओनली द प्लास्टर, नॉट द स्किन. इंजिनिअरिंग कसं काय दाखवा आम्हाला. जाऊन विचारलं. सो इट वॉज अ कटर which was not rotating completely this way. ठीक है, ये कटर दिसता है. This was not rotating completely this way. तो काय करायचा कटर असा हलायचा असता. Imagine this is complete circle. तो पूर्ण फिरत नव्हता, तो तेवढाच हलायचा असा. कटर जो आहे आणि स्किनला लागला स्किन आहे आणि त्या प्लास्टरला लागला का असं कट व्हायचं. ठीक आहे, तो दॅट वॉज अ टेक्नॉलॉजी. त्याचा त्याला पेटंट झालं. ओके, सो innovative things has to be there. Shaving machine which will not harm your skin, that is also innovative machine. Even our election ink is also patented. Okay. Now you will tell that PTS patent. This is the real example of one of the professor from SSWCOE IIC College of Engineering, and that is a Facebook post of Professor Vinayak. He is a TPO officer of that particular college. This post is 4-year old. You can read that post very well. One of the professor, sir, at the age of 35 years, after she was early in this, has some work in Vinayak, and who has done work at low frequency. Particular company has purchased that work at the cost of 9 crore. मी त्या सरांना आत्ताच मागच्या महिन्यात त्यांची कॉन्फरन्स होती. IPR म्हणून त्यांची कॉन्फरन्स विशेष दरवर्षी असते. त्या सरांना परत भेटलो. आणखी 8-10 पेटंट टाकले पुढे. पण कमर्शियलाइज हे एकच झालं. So, what is my motivation to show this slide? पेटंट ते असं पुस्तकातलं नाही, हे आपल्यासाठी आहे एवढं तुला सांगायचं आहे. अमिता गुप्ता 3 लाख रुपये मिळाले, तिसरी मुली किती जरी कविता वगैरे घेत असतील, वारच्या वगैरे गोष्टी घेत असतील, दुसऱ्या बघूया पटकन सांगतोय की फ्लॅट घेतला त्याच्या हप्त्यावर 20 वर्ष फेडत असतो तरी ते नंतर होत नाही. And he has received 9,000 rupees. So basically patent is granted to the innovative idea that you are making it public, obviously for the benefit of society. And the idea is to encourage the inventor to make their invention publicly available. But this will result in increase the invention. How? As the other inventor, okay, can learn from this existing published invention and they can build a top on that. Well, this will also prevent the idea becoming dead when the inventor dies. So this is the process that you have to follow. If you have something in your mind, write it down. Tangible document. Something in mind is intangible. But what IP office want intangible product. Okay, so you write that information. It is recommended to have prior art search. Prior art search, as the name indicates, it is a search of the similar things related to your invention. Invention already there. No need to go for patent. You take the decision. If that is already there, I will the patent file. If that is not there, then you can think of the submitting the patent. Okay. So what my student did? So flying robot. He was from Kerala background. आणि तिकडे नारळाची झाडं अशी खूप आणि ते नारळ काढणार कोण आणि तो पिकलेला नकट रायपन कोकोनट अँड अनराईप कोकोनट पिकलेला आणि न पिकलेला कोकोनट काढणार कसं. सो ही डेव्हलप रोबोट फ्लाइंग रोबोट विल फ्लाय लाईक अ ड्रोन. ओके ड्रोन असेल. And he has added one machine. Okay, that will take the noise of that coconut. Okay. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे टरबूज विकतात, त्या टरबूजाला असं बघतात आणि मग सांगतात विकले लाल दिलेला. So the drone will analyze that sound vibration and then will take the decision whether that coconut is ripe or not. And if ripe, तो तिकडनं त्याला दुसरा हात येईल आणि त्याला कट करतो आणि तिसरा हात ते पडेल coconut. So innovative thing. Okay. So what we did the prior actions at our own level. We found that such kind of robots are there. ते झाडाला असे चढतात. गाडी पुढे वळतात. फ्लाइंग रोबोट नाही. आणि तो पिकलेला आहे का ते डिटेक्ट करत नाही. So we use sound engineering. Okay. The patent is still under process. एक एक्झाम झालेली आहे, रिपोर्ट आलेला आहे. डिसेंबर पर्यंत ग्रँट मिळेल. So whatever document you have to submit to the patent office should be consist of description, what your patent is, how it works, what are the steps. आदि हे करा दिया. You start the motor, drone will fly. You identify the component, drone will go near to the component. Step 2. Third step, first hand, hammer will go and will check the sound. Process number 4, the pressure sensors attached in the hammer will give that signal to the microcontroller, the processor. The processor will do the analysis, will take the decision. Fifth step, processor will take decision. Sixth step, decision, okay, this is the right one, cut that component. So you have to give entire steps. Step 1, followed by step 2, followed by step 3. So that is description of your information. Okay. So you should write one or more claim. So we are not claiming a flying robot already. Then I am saying you have to write the claim. You have to provide the drawing so that controller will understand what we have written. And the documents are to be signed by the inventor. And obviously, you will have to pay nominal government fee. It is 1600, 1600 rupees. And from that, you can submit your application and you will be getting the receipt from government office that you have submitted the paper. Okay, see that you have just submitted the paper. मग आमच्या मुलं आता फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर मध्ये आहे आणि प्रोजेक्ट आमचा पुढच्या सेमिस्टर होणार आहे. आम्ही कसं काय करायचं? प्रोजेक्ट आमची वर्क करेल तो काय करायचं? For such cases, there is a provision of provisional application in which claims might चालतात. Okay, you will have to just write the description, how it is going to work, and then patent office is giving you 12 months of time. So you will final product tayar, and then you submit the final application. वो provisional कैसा कराएगा? पहला प्रश्न. By doing provisional patent, your date of filing is protected. आज provisional केलं, मार्च महिन्यात फायनल केलं. Date of protection काय मिळणार? मार्चची नाही मिळणार. मार्चची. First date of filing is very important. So what can be patented? Process. A process of making plain string. Penis, about have to patented penis, that will be string. The process of making that string. The machine which manufacture that string, that can also be patented. The article, okay, the penis string itself, the composition matter, the plastic sheet, the nylon sheet, चांगल्या क्वालिटीचं nylon sheet. Okay, and any improvement in all these 4-5 points that will also be patented. On a single tennis string, you can have dozens of patents. तुम्ही सांगताय प्रत्येकाचं काम वेगळं आहे. आमचं मशीन तुमची वाटलेलं आहे, तुमची प्रोसेस आहे. Okay, so everything is different, slightly different than each other. But you may have dozens of patents only in one case. Okay. तर असं समजायचं नाही ते सगळं झालेलं आहे मी काय करू तेव्हाच वाट डेडलाईन्स ते पेटंट टूल्स ओके मग वन ऑफ द एक्झाम्पल शूज आहे हिल शूज and there was a button at the back side of the shoe. ठीक आहे बटन दाबलं की तो हिल आतमध्ये जायचा तो नॉर्मल चप्पल नाही ठीक आहे आणि बटन दाबलं की तो हिल शूज ओनली इन द केस ऑफ पार्टीज हिल शूज वापरायचे इतर वेळी नाही वापरायचे तो इन्व्हेन्शन त्याला पण पेटंट मिळालं so small things headlights in the present things will change the world. Well, what cannot be patented? Laws of nature, thermodynamics, only the abstract ideas, physical phenomena, which could be is marginal. Okay? Literally, artistic work, they are not patented, but they are copyrighted. Atomic energy, traditional knowledge, याच्यावर हल्दी पेटंट आपल्याला हल्दीचा वापर माहिती त्यामध्ये यूज आहे मी आता सकाळी गाणं गुणावलं तुम्हाला नॅशनल प्रॉब्लेम and this is traditional knowledge तुला लागलं जसं नाही तरी हळद वापरली आजी आईने so traditional knowledge so in year 2014-15 the western people they come to know about the turmeric use of this and then medicinal use of this turmeric and then they find a patent that patent is granted also and then Indian people come to know that patent is granted on haldi and basmati rice and then there was a fight no this is our traditional knowledge that patent was revoked by the previous office. Discovery of natural substance, new forms of known substance like isotope. Chemistry people that they can easily identify isotope. It's like also mixture of known component. The पाण्याची बाटली इंजिनियर पेट्रोल टाकली नवीन केमिकल चालू असं नाही okay but that chemical composition has to have some use मग ते पेटेंट होऊ शकतं ठीक आहे मग हे आपण पेट्रोल म्हणून वापरलं इंधन म्हणून वापरलं त्याच्यामुळे किंमत कमी झाली आणि गाडी पण चालली असं काही ते होऊ शकतं methods of agriculture they are not patentable. So there are only 3 points of patent: novelty, non-obviousness, and industrial application. These are the only 3 points that patent office, the controller from the patent office will check and will give the report. So what is the checklist? Check if you have clearly added some value in the existing product. Then you can think of doing the patent. Ask yourself, by using your own invention, who will be benefited? Okay? So I will quickly tell you, I will not disclose the name, but इथेच आसपासच त्याचं नाव नाही सांगितलं त्यांनी एक मशीन डेव्हलप केलं फॅन आणि मध्ये आता दिवाळी आली आणि आता सोमवारपासून नवरात्र आहे आणि साफसफाई चालू होती घरी तो फॅन पण पुसला आठवड्यात नाही स्कूल लावण्याचं दिवस चालू and that student has developed a machine. मशीन कसं होतं की दोन्ही बाजू असं ते केलं हे फॅनचा पाहत आहे दोन्ही बाजूला देतात आणि तो फॅन वरून जाऊन आणि खाली बसतात So we can ask the question who will be benefited and we can search for the database like Google patent, free patents online. That's the website. Or you can search for existing product. Okay, on Amazon or on IndiaMart.com. Okay, if you find such product, don't go for patent. Idea too with the first search करते तो already है. So this is Google patent. The website is Google patent. You can search Google patent. Okay. And then you can search the patent database. Okay. Patent website is also there. IPindia.gov.in. That's the patent website. This is patent section. This is design section. This is trademark section. Geographical indication section. And this is one organization of government of India. Rajiv Gandhi, they are in the name. They are Nagpur. There is a training session. They are conducting the training session, workshop, paid work. Okay. And these are all the whole of the activities. This is the journal, patent journal. Patent journal. एकोणीस राजनीती 20 हे काळच मध्ये झालेलं आहे. Okay, this is the 38th issue of 2025. Date of publication is 19 September. Okay. These are the designs and legal patent type. They click to. One of them might be actually type. So you can search on Google patents. Well, she is my student. 2011, she was my student. Ankita Tapasvi, and she was there in the India. She submitted US patent. US patent का खर्च किती होतो 5-6 लाख. India patent का खर्च किती होतो गवर्नमेंट का खर्च 12.5 लाख. पेटेंट एजंट का खर्च तो 30-40 लाख. 50-60 च्या घरात जातात इंडियन पेटेंट. ठीक आहे. US पेटेंट जास्त जातात डॉलर्स. So she is my student. She was there in the India. And the patent will be owned by the Indian company, not by her. So what is complete specification? It is the application to be made for the grant of the patent. It is a pro-legal document. Technically it should be sound and legally it should be proven. Okay? It will give scientific and technical information about the product. So the complete specification will include description, claim, drawings, and abstract. I will show you one sample pattern.
काय कमी घेतो
Then this is sample pattern of me and my student. This is form number 2. This is complete specification.
ठीक है बोलो
What things are to be written? Background, like our literature.
तुला
Sir.
काय आपल्याला कशाला देतो
Summary of invention,
OTP ते देऊ नको
drawings, description of drawing.
काय बघू ते
See that
बघू पण
figure 1 illustrates the functional model of so and so. Description, now write the description. Detailed description. You have to give each and every step so that the controller will identify your complete process. And this is the claim section. It is the heart of the patent. And only this part is important. And that is the claim. Okay. We claim. It will always start with I claim. You can singular claim. I claim. We are two. We claim. The 16102. 102 is the number of that one block diagram. Okay, comprising of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you may have claim one claim or multiple claim. So right now we have written 10 claims. Up to 10 claims, there is no additional claim. After 10 claims, for 11th claim, you will have to pay additional fee. Nominally 300, 400 to the government. Okay? So before that, for the same pattern, we had done the Vinayak search report. That is also called as patentability search report. Okay? We conducted that search report on so and so date. And that particular agency will give you the complete details. And in summary, they will tell you whether you should go with that pattern or not. Fortunately, in our case, the agent, that company, that vendor, give us the direction. Okay, this is already there. This part of your invention is not there. Okay, and then they suggested you divert your focus on that part. Yeah, we did the same, and then the patent was granted. These are the drawings. 16102. Okay, that was written in the claim post like 16102. So this is that 16102 entire system. How it works. Okay, and in the block diagram also you will have to give the numbers. Block number 202, block number 204. Okay? And whenever you are describing that block, you have to write that 202, 204. The patent office will be publishing your work in the patent journal, and on every Friday they are publishing that particular journal, and they are publishing the abstract of the patent. Well, this is one company. Okay, now it's studying this abstract. This is a part of patent journal. The document is open to all. Patent application number 2012. That means the application was submitted in 2012. At the Delhi office, we have 4 offices: Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and Delhi. That's it. And the application number 108. Okay, the date of filing is here, date of publication is here. Okay, so they are doing the classification. The patent office is doing the classification of each and every product. So why you require classification? Well, the lab assistant is having screwdriver in his pocket, tester. Some other fellow is having a similar kind of device and he is making its nomenclature as a screw tightening instrument. Actually, it is screwdriver. Okay, so all these similar things are being classified in one class. So this is the class H01R. So they have the classification. In patent, we have 2 categories: inventor and applicant. See here, both the names are displayed: applicant and the inventor. Okay, inventor will be always natural person. Natural person. So human being. Applicant can be natural person or the firm or the organization. Okay. म्हणजे आपलं कॉलेज हे ऍप्लिकंट असू शकतं, ते इन्व्हेंटर नाही असू शकत. Faculty can be applicant, faculty can be inventor, natural person. Okay. If at all the college want to file a patent, college name has to be there. And the applicant section, not under the inventor. And then they are publishing the abstract of that particular patent in that journal. They are also publishing number of claims, total pages. See, purposefully I have taken this case study. This is one particular company of some other country. You can either of some other country. That particular company wants to protect their product in India. पण मगाशी मी सांगितलं की प्रत्येक कंट्रीमध्ये तुम्हाला अप्लाय करावं लागतं. सो दिस इज व्हेरी गुड केस स्टडी. ते आपल्याकडे तर इतर भारतामध्ये प्रोटेक्शन ओपन झालंय तर बघूया. हा झालं. This is fresh publication of yesterday's. So there are 2 types of publication. After submitting the application, after 18 months, it will be automatically published. तुम्ही काय करायची गरज नाही. पण होते कसं की फी रिसीट म्हणजे फक्त पहिल्या ऍप्लिकेशनच्या नावाने आपण 5 जण एकत्र केले. 4 युजीचे विद्यार्थी, एक गाईड, एक आयआयसी डिपार्टमेंट आणि एचओडी आणि प्राचार्य सर. ठीक आहे, 5 जणांनी मिळून काम केलं. मग काय होतं, ज्याचं नाव पहिलं आहे त्याच्या नावाने रेसिप्ट. मग बाकी लोकांनी कसं सांगायचं की मी पण पेटंट फाईल केलेलं आहे, मग काय करायचं, पेटंट पब्लिश करून टाकायचं बाय पेइंग ₹2,750, ₹2,750 द्यायचे आणि पेटंट ऑफिसर सांगायचं पब्लिश करून ते तुमच्याकडे पब्लिश करून टाका. आणि मग सगळी नावं दिसतात, सगळी नावं दिसतात. ओके, so this is the first page indicates the patent which are published after 18 months. पुढचा पण एक सेक्शन आहे जो फास्ट म्हणजे अर्ली पब्लिकेशन, अर्ली पब्लिकेशन. ठीक आहे, आपण याच्यावर बोलूया. See the name of the company. Very well known name. So applicant is that company and inventors are the two scientists. माहिती कोणते तो असा एक scientist. ठीक आहे. In yesterday's publication में सहज सर्च केलं की कॉलेज नावाचं काय सापडतंय का, तर हे कॉलेज आहे, पंजाबचं कॉलेज आहे. सो दे हॅव सबमिटेड द पेटंट ऑन देअर नेम. आणि हे तीन कॉलेजचे फॅकल्टी असावेत त्या कॉलेजमधून. माहितीच लागली त्यांची ते द्रोणाचार्य कॉलेज कुठे, गुरगाव. संधी रोडचे पंजाबचंच कॉलेज. बहुधा सगळे काढलेले दिसतात, असं ते आपण बंद करतो. ठीक आहे, सगळे प्रोजेक्ट टाकले कॉलेजने फंडिंग केलं असावं आणि त्यातले काही होती ग्रँट, असं पण आपण त्यांना शुभेच्छा दिल्या. So this is the flowchart of the entire patent process. This should be understood very well. So we have two options. Either we can submit provisional today itself, and so we can submit complete in the month of March, project complete झाल्यावर, or we can submit complete आताच झालं ते काय आताच. Okay. So we can submit complete or provisional after the first date of filing. After 18 months, patent office will directly publish your patent. Or you have the option of early publication by paying extra fees. Publish होता होता त्या जर्नलमध्ये होता, आपल्याला जर्नल दाखवलं ते दर आठवड्याला, दर शुक्रवारी जर्नल पब्लिश करतात. ठीक आहे, आणि तिथे दिसतं सगळे डॉक्युमेंट दिसतात, तुमची सही पण दिसते काय सही केली, तुम्ही सबमिट केलेलं वयाने सांगितलं दोन ते पण दिसतं. ठीक आहे, पेटेंटचं नाव पण दिसतं, सगळं दिसतं. तर ट्रान्सफर प्रोसेस. ओके, so unless and until you are submitting the request for examination by paying 4,400 rupees to the patent office, patent office will not take that document for evaluation. Now let us. So for submitting the request of examination, how much time is given? 38 months, 4 वर्ष दिले. from the first date of filing. ठीक आहे, 4 वर्षात कधी पण तुम्ही एक्झामिनेशनची रिक्वेस्ट देऊ शकता. ठीक आहे, पण द थिंग इज दॅट ज्याची रिक्वेस्ट पहिली त्याचं इव्हॅल्युएशन पहिले दिलं. ठीक आहे, मग तुम्हाला रिझल्ट पाहिजे असेल तर ऑन द डे ऑफ सबमिटिंग द ऍप्लिकेशन इटसेल्फ तुम्ही ते पैसे भरून टाका, ते प्रोसेस मध्ये जातात. आता आपण काय केलेलं आहे, वी हॅव सबमिटेड द रिक्वेस्ट, आम्ही तुम्ही आमचं इव्हॅल्युएशन करून द्या. कोणाला दिले आपण? पेटंट ऑफिसला. पेटंट ऑफिसमध्ये कोण येतो? दे आर द एक्सपर्ट्स. मुंबई ऑफिसला 450 कंट्रोलर आहेत. कंट्रोलर त्याच्यामध्ये एडमिशन मध्ये आहे, सिव्हिल मध्ये आहे, कॉम्प्युटर मध्ये एक्सपर्ट्स आहेत. ठीक आहे, आणि त्याला कळतं म्हणजे काय दिले माहिती सगळं कळतं त्याला. आणि ते टेक द डिसिजन. दिल्ली ऑफिसला आहे, कोलकाता ऑफिसला आहे, they will take the decision. ठीक आहे. After reading your application, if they find something, मग ते कोणाला पाठवणार की असं ते काही घालायचं मशीन ऑलरेडी दुसऱ्या कंपनीचं आहे, तुम्ही काय नवीन केलं होतं. So that is called as first examination report. You have to submit the response to the first examination report within 6 months. Okay? You have to submit the examination report. For examination report what pass, if the controller is satisfied, he will grant your application. If the controller is still not satisfied, आणि त्याला काहीतरी विचारायचं आहे, मग ते पत्रव्यवहार नाही करणार. सारखे आम्ही पत्र असं नाही होणार. काय असं फेस टू फेस व्हिडिओ कॉन्फरन्स, जे अरेंज मीटिंग तुम्हाला 15 दिवसांची व्यवस्थित सांगा. 15 दिवसानंतर मीटिंग आहे, 11 वाजता 11:30 वाजता टाइम 2 मिनिट त्या मीटिंगला खूप सांगायचं. आणि दिलेल्या प्रश्नांची उत्तरं परत त्यांना समजून सांगायची. सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज हिअरिंग. इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ एक्झाम ओनली. हिअरिंग लागेल घालायचं नाही. इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ एक्झाम. And in that hearing, again the controller may suggest us की असं नाही झालं, असं करून द्या वेगळ्या पद्धतीने. मग ते बघतो म्हणजे बघतो. मग आपल्याला डॉक्युमेंट परत चेंज करायचं. वी हॅव टू अगेन मॉडिफाय आवर डॉक्युमेंट अँड वी हॅव टू सबमिट द रिस्पॉन्स टू द हिअरिंग क्वेश्चन अगेन. आणि मग ते बोलणं झालेलं असतं ते ग्रांट करू शकता, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन what kind of discussion we have with the controller. Okay, so simple process straight away तुम्ही स्वतः सुद्धा करू शकता. एक्सपर्टचा ओपिनियन घेतला, हेल्प घेतला, तर डिफिकल्टीज कमी येतात. पण ऑब्वियसली कॅन डू ॲट युअर ओन ऑल्सो. इन्फ्रिंजमेंट म्हणजे काय? लिटरली द ब्रेक ऑफ रूल्स, रूल ब्रेकिंग. Okay, there was a printing machine manufacturing company, आणि ती कंपनी फक्त चंदीगडला फेमस झाली होती नाव नाही सांगणार. आणि प्रिंटिंग मशीन म्हणजे चांगलं मोठं मशीन 7-8 लाखाचा असेल, मला माहिती नाही. आणि ते कंपनी पर्सन काही कामानिमित्त पुढे गेले आणि मग ते व्हिजिटिंग कार्ड खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीने प्रिंट केले. कुठे गेले? कारण तो प्रिंटिंग वाला त्याला कंपनी बघायची होती, तो गेला त्याच्याकडे. हे बघा, हे आमचं मशीन वर्षांचं आहे. म्हणजे बघता बघता लक्षात आलं की आपल्या कंपनीचा लोगो तर तोच आहे, पण हे मशीन आपलं नाही. कुठून घेतलं? नगर घेतलं. पण त्या नंबरला घ्यायचं याला काय म्हणजे डुप्लिकेट मशीन हे देऊन टाकलं. नुकसान कोणाचं होतंय? चंदीगड वाल्यांचं. मशीन त्याचं आहे. डुप्लिकेट मॅन्युफॅक्चर कोण करतोय? नगरवाला. तो त्याच्याकडे गेला, बघितलं, बिल केली, फायलिंग केली, सगळं केलं आणि कंप्लेंट केलं. आणि आमचं मशीन चोरलं. So in that case, government has to take legal action. Okay? तुम्ही त्याचं चोरलेलं आहे. Prove it. हे तुमचं समज आहे. गव्हर्नमेंट संधी देणार, सगळ्यांना संधी देणार, त्यांना देणार, तुम्हाला देणार, जगावाला देणार. So infringement means breaking of the rules. So there is a well-known dispute between Google and Yahoo. तुम्हाला रेकॉर्ड करतात, त्याच्यामध्ये मी बोलत होते. मॅडमने मला सांगितलं नाही ऑनलाईन रेकॉर्ड करताना. ठीक आहे, मी त्याच्यावर बोलत असतो. There is a website. You can search on Google. Dispute काय आहे, कशासाठी Apple आणि Samsung dispute काय. मी त्या बोलत होतो. So there is a website of Indian Patent Office. त्या अकाउंटमध्ये कोण जाऊ? Patents. Comprehensive e-filing of the patents. इथे क्लिक केलं तर नवीन वेबसाईट ओपन होते. किती वेबसाईट आहे? This is the website through which you can submit your application. You will have to sign up. ठीक है? There is the necessity of digital signature. ती पाहिजे. कशा असते डिजिटल सिग्नेचर? पेनला कसं आहे तशी डिजिटल सिग्नेचर असते. ठीक आहे? आपण त्याला बघा सही करतो. पेनवर मध्ये जातो सही. What is the cost of digital signature? Roughly 2,000 rupees per year. आणि केवायसी करावं लागतं, आधार कार्ड, व्हिडिओ कॉल करावा लागतो, बायोमेट्रिक होतं, डोळे व्हेरिफाय होतात, आधार सिस्टमची, आणि मग सिग्नेचर पोस्टला येते. And the cost is 2,000 rupees per year. If your patent application is there for 4 years, 8,000 रुपये सहीचे लागेल. So that you have to involve. Okay. These are the service providers. Initially, there were only 3 service providers of digital signature. Now the list is being increased. Okay. Only class 2 or class 3 signatures are allowed. Okay. So after the student, so PDF मध्ये त्या acrobat मध्ये सुद्धा होती digital signature. तेव्हा असं नाही होतं. That has to be government authenticated. Okay. E-Mudra, well, I personally use the signature of E-Mudra. Cost effective वाटली बात त्यावेळी. Okay. So here you can select the class. ठीक आहे. नवीन रजिस्ट्रेशन ते 1500 रुपये देतात ते for 2 years. Okay. You can purchase, no issue. This is the application receipt. When you are submitting your application to the patent office. परीक्षे पासून 2015. This is on my personal name. A simple hand gesture recognition for people. Okay, this is the project होता तो हम सबमिट करूँगा. आफ्टर सबमिशन पब्लिक झाला आणि एक्स्ट्रा पैसे भरले नाही अर्लीसाठी काय झालं नाही एवढे पब्लिक झाला report on examination, and then we come to know that since such kind of techniques they are already there in the market. मग काय करायचं? आम्ही काहीच नाही केलं. पेटंट लॅब सुरू केलं. कशाला तुमचे पैसे टाकायचे? So at that particular point, we can decide whether to go ahead or not. म्हणजे आपण भरले किती 1600 रुपये फाईल होती आणि एक्झाम 4400 किती आले एवढे सो इन 6000 you will come to know that whether you should go ahead or not. If you feel after reading the examination report, if you feel right right 1716 is 60 is the fee for physical filing. त्यावेळी DSC मध्ये आम्हाला माहिती होतं मुंबईला स्वतः जायचो and कॉपी त्यांचं ऑफिस आहे बौद्धिक संपदा भवन त्या भवनाचं नाव आहे त्यांनी प्रोसिजर नव्हतं काही करायचं फिजिकल फायलिंग 1760 रुपये ई फायलिंग ऑनलाइन फायलिंग 1600 रुपये. What are the forms are to be submitted with the application? Form number 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, these are the mandatory forms. Then for early application, examination, express examination, attorney, form number 27, power of attorney. Okay, they are added forms. This is our UG students project. The dustbin who will give indication that the dustbin is full. Who will give the indication that dustbin level is 40%, 50%, whatever. Who will give indication of odor, durability? ठीक है, dustbin 10% भरला है. त्या 10% वस्तूची घाण वास येतोय ते नाही चालणार ते उचला नको ऑटोमॅटिक सिस्टम ठीक आहे and this is real developed system ठीक है so there are many sensors here this is student faculty can easily identify the gas sensor ultrasound the different sensors connected over here we can easily identify okay normal project very normal, but we think चलो काम होगा. So we submitted that application to the patent office in 2015. This chart immediately in the 1 month it was published because we paid extra. These are the students, they party, one credit, and position 12, and that's that. Okay. That's the international classification number, section A, section B. F is for mechanical, G is for physics, H is for electricity. Paper is also there. So classification is there. Okay. A section, human acidity. Okay, heavy, acidic. Okay. So they are doing the classification of your product. Numbering system. That is the old system that we already seen. This is the new system from January 2016. The first 4 letters will give you the year of filing. Then the jurisdiction for us it is Mumbai 210 will be there, and the rest is your application number. These are the various types of patents: divisional, conventional, PCT, patent of addition. Addition means patent is there and you are adding something. Patent of revision. And this is the first examination report that we got in the month 2018 for the same patent. Prakash Dakhwani does this on the solar cell. For same patent submitted in 2015. So after 3 years, we got first examination report. Application number is same. Okay. Purposefully report मध्ये दाखवतात report कसा असता हे तुम्हाला कळू द्या. The report consisting of 3 points. Novelty, inventive, industrial application. Okay, the patent officer will give his judgment whether it is novel. He will know all the 9 claims from 0 to 1, they are not novel. Inventive claim for my 9 claim, no. For all 9 claims, they are not inventive. Third point, industrial application. Yeah, now at this particular point, he thinks that yes, this particular system is of some use. It is useful for the society. And then he cited few documents. Okay. So there are existing documents D1, D2, D4, and D3 is one journal. Okay. In this way, they are giving the information. After he is documented, now you give the comparison. What is there in their document and what is nowhere in your document. So under this situation, well, this is the routine. Take patent class in hours. So you will have to make the comparison in tabular form. आमच्यामध्ये आहे त्याच्यामध्ये 999 point I 99. Okay, compare it. You will have to make the comparison, and then that comparison has to be submitted. What is that? Which one? So, madam, कशी एकांतर होते वेळ लागतो. एकदम त्याच्यामध्ये well the same patent which was submitted in 2015 for which we got FER first examination report in 18 was granted in 2022. The 15 चा पेटंट 22 मध्ये ग्रँट झालं 7 वर्षानंतर. आम्हाला पण जायचे पोरांना काय झालं नो प्रॉब्लेम. ठीक आहे. हे सांगितलं कुठले कुठले फॉर्म राहतात हे सांगितलं. फॉर्म 1, 2, 3, 5. These are the criteria. Form 26 in the case of power of pattern. जर तुम्हाला समजलं नाही तर तुम्हाला देतात किंवा तुम्हाला ऍडमिशन सर्व्हर देतात मॅडम देतात. On behalf of you, you will file it. This is the fee for physical filing. E-filing is 10% discount. National patent, international patent असं काही नसतं याच्यामध्ये. त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे? Fine. There is no word called as world patent. patent is there for one patent. If you file in US, you will get protection in US. If you file in Singapore, you will get protection of Singapore only. जगभरातलं पेटंट तू काही सांगू शकत. हा, तू सगळ्या कंट्रीज कव्हर केला मग सांगा. 178 was the count last year. वाढला असेल. पण प्रत्येक कंट्रीमध्ये टाकलं. The patent owner will decide market price. European market, European no protection. नेपाळमध्ये प्रोटेक्शन घ्यायचं काय कारण? भूतानमध्ये no protection घ्यायचं काय? भूतानचं मला जे काही प्रॉब्लेम आहे मला हे युजर कोण मध्ये पेटेंट करायचं मध्ये very important thing, whenever you are doing the first filing, after that first filing, within 12 months, you have to take the decision of foreign filing, and if so, you have to submit your application in that particular country. Otherwise, you can go for PCD, where you can get 30 months additional time. The total is 12 months. And then you can file in the challenge. 12 महिन्यानंतर जर फाईल करायला गेलं तर उपयोग नाही. तुमचं पेटेंट भारतामध्येच राहणार, प्रोटेक्टेड भारतामध्येच राहणार, पण सिंगापूरला पर्सन फ्रॉम सिंगापूर, फ्रॉम US or any other country will use your patent without your permission, and you can't do it. So you can file PCT. Cost effective आहे. आता बंद माझे 26-27 पेटंट झाले. 4-5 फेल पण गेले. मला सांगितलं तो हँड डिस्टर फेल गेला. इट्स ओके. फेल पण गेले. पण 11 पेटंट ग्रांट झाले इंडियन. तुम्ही रिपोर्ट डिसाइडेड, रिपोर्ट नाही. दोन बाय केले आपण युरोपमध्ये टाकायचे. ते कॉस्टिंग एवढे सांगतात. We made virtual DSO. DSO people can understand virtual DSO in 2,000 rupees only. ठीक है, आमचं बोलणं चाललं होतं पण शेवटी डेडलाईन निघून गेली. WIPO is there, 184 countries are there, European office is also there, and you can directly submit to particular country. This is South Africa. My name is there at the second position. Okay, this is South African patent certificate. They have very fast process. एका वर्षात निकाल देना खूप किंवा नाही. So technology transfer is there. We are the professors. आपण लोकल लावू शकतो. आपण काही इंडस्ट्री लगेच नाही टाकू शकतो लगेच. So for particular company, they can come to us and they can take the license. म्हणजे मागच्या एक्झाम्पलमध्ये त्या Toshiba कंपनी त्या शिरोळे साधारण लायसन्स घेतली. आता हे पेटंट आमचं आणि हे पैसे तुमचे. इट इज लायसन्स. टेक्नॉलॉजी ट्रान्सफर केली फ्रॉम अकॅडमिया टू इंडस्ट्री. टेक्नॉलॉजी ट्रान्सफर. E-filing बघितलं आपण वेबसाईट वर बघितलं. But we'll stop here. We'll take a break. Slide number 82 चाललेली आहे.
We will gather here after 15 minutes.